Guys, it's Ker-Leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into Lemomlife. It has been quite some time since I posted a video. Yeah, it's been about five months since I posted a video on this channel. And many of you that follow me on social media already know why. But for those of you who may not have social media or don't follow me in particular, but are subscribed to this channel, I wanted to come on and do kind of a synopsis video of what's been going on these last 5 months. So if you can't already tell by my appearance, I am pregnant. I'm expecting our third baby. This is the last one for sure. And the reason why I have been ghost and just MIA is because the beginning of this pregnancy was, I think hard is an understatement, but for lack of a better term, right now it was very, very hard. I wasn't able to do many of the things that I normally do, and that's because I'm also a professor, so I teach classes, and I had to focus on that and trying to get through the semester. I actually had to cancel one of my classes with another institution because I was teaching at 2 different institutions this time around. So I ended up having to cancel one of those classes because it was just so hard and I couldn't do it. So I ended up with teaching 2 classes, which was still very hard, but hubby helped me out a whole lot, and that kind of helped me get through that time. I had some videos that I was obligated to do that I had already committed to, so I had to do that. And I'm also a student. Well, I was a student. I just finished up my last course for my EDS degree, Education Specialist, and the EDS is kind of the step, well, some people consider it a terminal degree, but in most cases it's kind of the step before your PhD. And right now I'm kind of in that season where I'm just kind of seeing what doors God opens, as far as whether he wants me to complete a PhD or not, because that is a whole nother several years and a whole nother story. I was just trying to get through the day, each and every day, just taking it a day at a time, and I wasn't trying to be really hard on myself. I said, you know what, I'll get back to it, and the people who love this channel, love my content and who I am and what I have to offer will still be here when I get back. And so thank you for still being here. That's what's been happening. So right now I'm going to insert some clips on kind of backtracking the last 5 months. So we did take a pregnancy test, and although we were trying, it was still pretty surprising to find out that we actually were pregnant so soon, because as you guys know my story, you know, conceiving is also something that took us a while at first. So we took the pregnancy test, and then I did a couple updates in the beginning, and then I got really, really sick and couldn't do any more updates, and then I did a couple updates more recently here. So I'll pop those in so you guys can see. And I mean, it was just a journey. It was a journey, and I just had to like buckle down and focus so I can get through everything. I'm still a wife, I'm still a mom, and then I had to teach, and I was a student, so I just had to buckle down. Anyways, let me pop those clips in so you guys can see what's been happening, and we'll pick back up in present day, because I do plan on vlogging in December. I don't know if I'm doing Vlogmas or not, but I just want to vlog at least everything that we do in December, just for the archives and for those of you that may be interested, you know, just trying to get back to the swing of things. So you guys will be seeing content in December. But without further ado, let's take a look at what happened these last 5 months. Hey y'all, it's me, Ker-Leen. Today is July 9th, 2019. It is a Wednesday. I am about to take a pregnancy test. Yep, I'm about to do this. Last week we went to Chick-fil-A and I had some fries, and I was like, these fries are not really salty. So the next time we went to Chick-fil-A, I ended up asking for more salt on my fries, but that was an isolated situation. My period was supposed to be here 3 days ago, and it did not show up. So I'm about to take a pregnancy test. I ordered a test on Amazon. It came with 2. It says you're supposed to be able to test 5 days sooner with this, and it's the Rite Aid brand. My kids were taking a nap, but I looked in the monitor and Elin is up, so he should be coming in here any second. Hubby actually worked from home today and he went to pick up our car, which he took to the shop to get an oil change. So he's on the way and I kind of want to get this done before he gets here. So let me figure out how this works and I will be back. Okay, y'all, so that is definitely looking like pregnant. Oh my gosh. That's a clear pregnant. Oh my gosh, this is really happening. So pardon the appearance, guys. I'm literally in like my house shirt. But I think what we're gonna do is I'm going to have Elin give the test to his dad, and then we'll probably go out to get something to eat, just something small as a little celebratory dinner tonight. But yeah, this is really happening. I cannot believe it. So I asked Elin, would he be happy with a baby sister or another baby brother? And buddy, do you want a baby sister or another baby brother?
I want another baby brother.
He wants a baby brother. And honestly, guys, I feel like that is what would fit our little family perfectly. See yourself? I honestly feel like another little boy is exactly what would fit our family dynamic perfectly, because little Miss Giselle is, I'm sure she'll be happy being the only girl, but I could definitely see how Elin would enjoy having another sibling that can relate to him. And God has always answered our prayers when it comes to the gender of our baby, like little things like that. He cares about those things. And I believe that he will give Elin the desires of his heart. So I'm going to use this as a learning opportunity for Elin, teaching him about prayer and just asking God for things that we want. But yeah, I definitely think that would fit our family dynamic the best. So I just changed and Daddy's home, so we're going to give him a test. Go give it to Daddy. Just give it to him.
Hey, baby, what are you doing with this?
That means I'm pregnant.
I think that's great. I'm glad it's a definitive positive, so I'm excited about that. Hey, this is awesome.
Yeah, so that's why I ignored your call earlier, because I was taking the test.
I was wondering. I was like, oh, I wonder maybe she felt like asleep or something.
Oh, there you have it. Want me in the video?
Yes. Hi.
Hey y'all, so today is July 17th, 2019, and got my little Elin with me. I wanted to do a really quick check-in before I forget some of my symptoms and some of these things. So by now you guys know that we are expecting, depending on what you look at, between 4 and 5 weeks. And yeah, it's been a pretty crazy start. So I actually saw an OB. What are you doing? Reason being is that I got a yeast infection. So what they did was they did a confirmation of pregnancy test where they drew my blood and then they took a swab to see what it was, to see if it was in fact a yeast infection or something else. So they said it was a yeast infection and they caught a trace of BV, bacterial vaginosis. And so they prescribed me, they prescribed me 2 different things. They prescribed me something for the yeast infection, and then later they prescribed me something for the BV. I didn't take any of them because I have never had a yeast infection this early in my pregnancies. And I'm concerned, I'm worried, because right now at 4 weeks, 5 weeks, this is when the baby's everything is taking shape, the spinal cord, all that stuff. I have never had a yeast infection this early. I've had a yeast infection in my 2nd trimester for actually probably for 2 of my 3 pregnancies that I've had, and you guys know my story. Actually, yeah, I had two miscarriages, and then I went on to have 2 children, 2 live children. So with at least 2 of those pregnancies, I had yeast infections. and I think I had BV when I was pregnant with Elin. So for some reason, my body creates more estrogen, and especially when I'm pregnant, and just kind of creates all this bacteria. So that I'm prone to that when I'm pregnant. However, it's never been this early. So my concern was the baby. And the crazy thing is, y'all, the manufacturer does not recommend taking the medication in the first trimester. So they prescribed me Flagyl to take by mouth for BV. So not only did they prescribe it to me to take by mouth, but they prescribed Flagyl. So, and that's not recommended. It's a category B drug, which means that they've only done animal testing. So they haven't done any testing on humans that are conclusive. They don't have enough information, enough data. So category A is like completely safe for mom and baby, and category B is like it's safe. It's been proven safe in animals, but we don't have enough information for like mom and baby humans. So that's what they prescribed me in the first trimester. That was their only recourse, their only options. And I didn't see my doctor, my preferred OB, because it's a group and you can see basically anyone. They encourage you to see anybody. And since I had an urgent issue, I just kind of decided I would just see whomever. And she's a new OB, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. She's not been practicing for that long. So that's what she told me to take. That's what she prescribed me. They also prescribed me something for the yeast infection. I can't remember the name of it. Tetra something. And again, like I said, the manufacturers do not recommend taking the medication, especially in your first trimester. It says it right in their instruction guide that they give you. I decided I would go the natural route. What I've been doing is tea tree oil and aloe vera gel, and I've been doing that for about 8 days now. I've also been taking a probiotic. Well, it's only a once a day, but I've been taking it twice a day, in addition to taking my multivitamin, which I had been doing well over a month before we got pregnant. And if you guys are wondering, we had talked about, having a third, and we were open to it, and we weren't necessarily preventing it. I guess you could say we were trying. But it's not like we would have been upset, if we didn't get pregnant. Like, we actually tried 2 times before. Like, we didn't avoid it 2 times before. And this was the 3rd time. So 3rd time's a charm. And the number 3 is like a really, really special number. I really feel like as a special number for us, because I come from a family of 3. My husband comes from a family of 3. And now we are pregnant with what will be our 3rd live child. I also have been craving protein, like more protein. And you guys know that we're like semi-pescatarian, so we don't do chicken, beef, pork, definitely not pork. The kids do chicken once in a while, but we mostly do seafood. And I think my body's like, okay, you're growing a baby, you need protein, and I've been craving it. Last night, it was like, I'd say this morning, it was like one something in the morning, I had to go have a peanut butter sandwich. Even though with the yeast infection, the possible BV, I have been trying to do less breads, rices, and starches. And those things, your body processes them, breaks them down into sugar. So I've been trying to have less of those so I can actually get rid of it naturally. But I'm craving at the same time things that work against getting rid of the sugars in my body. So it's been kind of crazy, y'all. Kind of crazy. Since we're talking, I'm not going to say TMI because this is Lemomlife and we're talking about a pregnancy. So, but my boobs are not tender. It's my nipples that are tender. And that's pretty much consistent with my past pregnancies, is either my boob or especially my nipples tend to get tender. I have been extremely bloated. Like, I was so upset because I'm like, I was working so hard, eating right, working out, and I put on a dress the other day and went to go take pictures, and I'm like, why do I look pregnant? And lo and behold, that was just my body creating more estrogen and making me bloat. because I am pregnant. So yeah, guys. So that is the tea, y'all. That's what's been going on. Thank you guys so much for just being subscribed and being invested and just, you know, getting to know me and our family. There are some of you who have been following me since I suffered those miscarriages and I had my TAC procedure over on Thrifty Chic. You guys came over to Lemomlife and subscribed. And man, you guys are my family. I'm so grateful for you sticking with me because it really feels like we're internet friends, like we're friends from afar. And now you get to experience this with me, and I couldn't think of anyone else I'd rather share this experience with than you guys. So thank you so much. Hey y'all, it's me, Ker-Leen. I've really been feeling it. Pardon my messy hair. I literally just woke up from a nap. I gotta do something about this. I have some pizza on my hand. But basically we're getting ready to head out to Target and pick up our drive-up order. It's raining right now. Today I'm like 5 weeks and 3 days. I'm in my 6th week. All of that stuff is so confusing, by the way. I've completed 5 weeks and 3 days, but I'm in my 6th week. And the nausea has kicked in. I had really bad indigestion and just I feel that's all I can say. My HCG levels were really high, so they scheduled an ultrasound appointment for me on the 30th of this month, July. The 25th, which is this week, is me and hubby's anniversary, our wedding anniversary. If I feel like this, I'm gonna tell him he doesn't even need to waste the money on an expensive fancy dinner because I really don't want to ruin it feeling so crappy. Let me hurry up and get to the car, but that's pretty much how I've been feeling, guys. I've been feeling terrible. Oh my gosh. On the plus side though, you guys probably can't see over here, but my skin has been looking really good. Like unusually good. And I can thank the pregnancy for that, I'm sure.
It's gonna be like that.
Look at my beautiful babies. I love you guys. And this is my biggest baby.
Yes.
I love you.
Love you too, babes. Yeah, I can see.
So, we've been going back and forth on whether we think we're having twins. So, for the record, I am filming this double rainbow. I noticed the double rainbow, and then hubby was like, oh, it's definitely twins. So, I'm recording this for us to look back on because we're getting an ultrasound on the 30th. So, we'll see. That will be something. So if he's right, if we're right, if that's what these rainbows mean, that'll be something. It'll be kind of like special.
It's a rainbow with Daddy.
Yeah? Alright, let's see. We'll go back on
Pop, it's a play, baby. It's a
Is that a new song?
rainbows? It's so cool, right?
Oh, that's pretty.
It's so pretty? Yeah, it's pretty.
You see it, Mama?
I feel like it's pretty.
She wants that, she wants Daddy. And then Daddy don't stand me up who die.
Yeah, sure.
Why this time?
What do you think, Elin? Was it cool?